When we first met almost 40 years ago, he made the promise, "I'll be back," and he was coming back 6 times, except for the 2009's part Salvation, which was the only one in the series without Arnold Schwarzenegger in the leading role. If nobody back then believed that it would become a legendary franchise, here we're now waiting for the 7th movie in the series. Stay here and find out what we have got about it.
I'll be back.
We're gonna start as usual with a quick recap of what happened before. With almost $4 billion in revenue, the Terminator franchise is one of the biggest and most successful in movie history. With 6 movies so far, and the first one released back in 1984, it's also one of the longest living franchises. With numbers like these, we can only say one big wow. There's no doubt that the Terminator franchise made a great impact on Schwarzenegger's career, and it's one of his biggest roles. You'll admit we enjoyed watching every single movie.
I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
Some of them are better and some of them didn't meet our expectations, but we've always waited for the next movie impatiently. The first 3 parts were brilliant. After the classic Terminator, we watched Terminator 2 Judgment Day in 1991 and Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines in 2003. And after years of ups and downs in 2019 came Terminator Dark Fate, which needed to revive the whole franchise and put it back on the throne. But as always, with big expectations, also big disappointments happen. Dark Fate was a direct sequel to Judgment Day, and it only managed to gross $261 million against a budget of $126 million. The one thing that the movie made right was the reunion of Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, and Arnold Schwarzenegger as T-800. For those who still haven't seen the last film, the story goes something like this. We remember how Skynet's nuclear threat was eliminated after Sarah prevented Judgment Day and managed to rewrite the fate of humanity.
Evening.
Please lock your weapon.
Expect a big ping, brother. The whole body's a weapon. Sorry.
But now, another super powerful and deadly Terminator will appear in Mexico City, a model named Rev 9, and this machine is named after a girl named Dani Ramos. She lives in a peaceful life in Mexico's capital with her brother and father and has no idea that her life is in danger. The way to survive is to join forces with Sarah Connor and Grace, a super soldier from the future, who can help her defeat the alien machine time traveler. But Rev 9 is so powerful and he destroys everything that comes in its path, and that's why these 3 will need help from Schwarzenegger's T-800. The director decided that the legendary Terminator will be their last hope of survival. It's a little depressing, right? You'll agree that now is the right time to hit that like button below the video. No, really, you'll all agree that these 3 ladies deserve a little bit more respect and not to depend on one man, even if he's an android. And the reunion of the T-800 should have been only teamwork and not their last hope. But what to do? Of course, film critics noted this is a major criticism of this movie. However, there are some good things to mention as the visual effects, which are maybe the brightest thing in Dark Fate.
I'm reliable, I'm a very good listener, and I'm extremely funny.
The movie achieved a solid 82% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes and a 6.2 rating on IMDb. James Cameron, who's the original creator, co-produced and was also the co-writer of the script. We can compare the movie with Stallone's Rambo: Last Blood. Why? Well, both movies were planned to be the last in the franchise, and both brought some new and young faces in the cast. Both remained unsaid, which is certainly keeping the door open for more films in the future. The conclusion is that Dark Fate didn't overcome the expectations of the audience, and it shouldn't be the last movie in the franchise. This is not the way to say goodbye to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and there must be another film anytime soon. And we can always count on that when we have a time-traveling story. Anything and everything is possible when it's time-traveling.
Do you believe in fate, Sarah? Or do you believe that we all can change the future every second by every choice that we make?
James Cameron shared an idea a couple of years ago when he said that he was planning to make a whole new Terminator trilogy. According to his plans, Dark Fate needed to be the first movie in this trilogy. So if his plans are still in the game, then we can expect at least 2 more films in the franchise in the near future. But please hurry up, Cameron, as Schwarzenegger doesn't get any younger. Almost the same thing was in the plans of Skydance production in 2013, but the first movie in their trilogy list was 2015's Terminator Genesis. The sequels were planned for 2017 and 2018, but this idea fell through even though Skydance head chief Dana Goldberg said that they're still open to more Terminator movies. With the start of 2023, we can't rely on the rumor that the next film will be released by the end of 2022. This was one of the speculations in the last 3 years. If we look at the gap between the previous films, we can see that it's 4 years. So 2023 seems to be the right time for the production of the next film to start. There is even a theory that the next film will be released even in 2029. July 11, 2029 is the date when the human resistance launched an assault on Skynet and won the war. Since this date is marked as such a significant date in Terminator lore, that could be the best release date for the next installment. Of course, this is just a fan's theory, and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell below the video. No, really, nothing is official right now. Let's wait and see what the new year brings for us. When we can't talk about an exact release date, we can't talk about the cast crew for the next film either. It's hard to say who can come back and reprise their roles. Besides the reunion between Hamilton and Schwarzenegger after 23 years, the last film brought many new faces to the big screen. For example, Mackenzie Davies portrayed Grace, the super soldier woman, and Natalia Reyes as the hunted girl Dani Ramos. We can't expect Mackenzie to return as her power core was ripped out to destroy Rev 9, also Schwarzenegger's character T-800 was destroyed. Of course, these events don't have to mean anything because, again, with a time-traveling story, everything is possible. You won't be happy if you're trying to find out what Linda Hamilton thinks about to continue playing Sarah Connor in the future. In an interview for WFLA News Channel 8, the actress said that she hopes that she won't portray the character anymore. "I don't think I need the impact of that character after the first film. I'm very proud that I got to play her, and I also hope I don't have to play her again," said the actress. Maybe this is because of the disappointment from the last film, and if any good story comes in the future, Linda will be back. And what the next Terminator story could bring to the big screens? Well, the possibilities are limitless right now. First, the franchise needs to consolidate after the Dark Fate disappointment, and then James Cameron will have to bring a new, much better story. Cameron thinks that there are a couple of reasons why the last film went wrong. Recently, he said this: "I think the problem is that I refused to do it without Arnold. Tim didn't want Arnold, but I said, look, I don't want that. Arnold and I have been friends for 40 years, and I could hear it, and it would go like this. Jim, I can't believe you're making a Terminator movie without me," said the producer. Cameron for Deadline also said that they made a mistake bringing back Arnold and Linda together in the movie. "I think it could have survived having Arnold in it, but when you put Linda and Arnold in it, and then, she's 60 and he's 70, all of a sudden it wasn't your Terminator movie, it wasn't even your dad's Terminator movie. It was your granddad's Terminator movie, and we didn't see that," he said. However, Cameron doesn't give any clues about what's going to happen next in the franchise, so until we hear more information, thanks for watching and see you next time.